Welcome to my channel, Homeschool at Heart. My name is Leah Simpson, and today we're going to be talking about travel schooling. Okay, so I feel like in the past I have mentioned that it is one of my big goals to do a lot of travel schooling and to talk about it on this channel. Since then, we have been involved in a lot of things that have kept us here at our home, and we haven't done a ton of traveling this school year. The last 2 years we made a trip to Florida, each one of those years. This year our plan is to travel to Sacramento, but this last week we were able to go on a trip to my husband's family vacation home in Lake Isabella, California. That makes us sound really bougie. It is a cute little A-frame cabin that has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and it is in a tiny town, and the house actually used to belong to my husband's grandmother and grandfather, and it has just stayed in the family. Everyone loves going and spending time there, and they just have such precious memories that they decided to keep it in the family instead of like trying to sell it or anything like that. So the trip that we went on, this is school time. We are with a charter school, so we have to really carefully account for our homeschool days. And so I thought I would take you guys along with us. I did a lot of filming, and I wanted to show you guys what we did for school on the days that we were on this trip. The trip was a working trip, and so we were actually up there. Unfortunately, my father-in-law had just passed away a few months ago, and my mother-in-law passed away about 4 to 5 years ago now. So they have a home up in that area also, and we are getting that home ready to sell. So we're keeping the cabin in the family, but sorry if you hear my kids, they're playing outside right outside this window. So we're keeping the cabin in the family, but we are going to sell the other home. My brother-in-law currently lives there, and so we are moving him into a mobile home that we needed to fix up for him. So the main goal of this particular trip was to fix up the trailer that he's going to be living in and make that a nice place for him to live, which we did do. I'm going to show you guys what we did for school while we were on the trip. What, you may ask, is in our car schooling basket? Well, we have sticker books with facts in them. These are new from, it's called Paper Pie now, but it used to be Usborne. We have some, old standards, sticker dolly dressing, stuff that's just fun. There's some magic painting and just coloring things while we listen to some audiobooks. Of course, we have to have all of the coloring supplies. This I just brought in here. I don't think that's for the driving. Travel pocket puzzle book. We have some math puzzle pads, some Mad Libs, 100 things to do on a car trip, more math puzzles, lots of math puzzles. So that is what is in our car schooling basket. And then there's Charlotte listening to her Yodo. This is like literally the best thing I've ever purchased for this child. So super exciting. Say hi, Beth.
Hi.
Vanilla wafers. You guys ready for a road trip?
Yeah. I even have my kids ahoy.
Lots of snacks, lots of activities, lots of audio books.
Can explain to George that as a result of
the Tri-Wizard Tournament is a pink magical competition held between the 3 biggest kicking schools in America. These schools being Monty's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Durmstrang Institute, and Bhupatan's Academy of Flopping.
And And of course, you can't have a long car ride without a sing-along, so here is one of our best.
They have brains or knowledge, don't make me laugh. They were popular, please. It's all about popular.
The very first thing we did when we got up to Lake Isabella was hike up to this area we call the Point. And you can see the entire lake and the whole valley where Tim's family's houses are from up here.
I your house up here. It's so peaceful, beautiful. I love nature. Not that many people up here anyway. What?
In fact, we did tons of nature walking, looking at all of the different desert plants and seeing animal habitats, and we even saw some sap coming out of a tree. Tons of really cool things that the kids don't typically see in our house or neighborhood in the city. We also brought our nature journals and had a really good time adding some things to those. We did bring a few books with us on the trip, mostly picture books, but we're doing a unit study on forensic science right now, so those were almost all related to that topic. This is the case of the confused criminal. Brittany Hobbs' staticky brown hair stood on end as she dug through her metal trunk. She yanked out glass vials of mushrooms, gnome toenail clippings, dragon scales, and other magical ingredients. She sank back on the sofa, sobbing. I took a bottle of smelling salts from my little black bag and waved it under her nose. The father stood silently by, with a look of extreme suffering on his face. Basil opened the notebook. Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes homeschool is about life skills. And because this was a working trip, the kids did learn a lot about how to clean and prep for painting, and do some kind of unglamorous chores around their uncle's new place. But he is very grateful, and they did a really great job. And while it was mostly work this trip, we did make time for some play and for the kids to just get to be a little bit wild out in the yard space. It looks like wilderness, but this is all part of the property around the cabin, and the kids had a really great time exploring. The weather was really great, which was really unanticipated. We really thought that it was going to be so cold that nobody was going to even want to be outside. But we had some really great adventuring time outside, and I was so thankful for that.
See, it's got everything. Rock climbing. A nice view. And most of all, chairs. No. Oh, pine cones. No. The
What?
beautiful view of the mountain behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, we discovered it. It's awesome. Here, what's this? That's a ball.
I don't know what kind of tree this is. I bet Uncle Andy would know.
He's talking on the phone. Shapes with all these big. Oh wow. So they would become this tree mall?
We really just can't get enough of this view, so the very last thing we did before we left was take the hike back up to the point and see what we could see from there. The kids got to climb around a little bit more, even on the rocks, and hike down the hill. And we took a new path back to the cabin.
I might watch you as you guys, if you want to explore a little further back.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
I'm queen of the world! Chad's king of the world.
Are you king of the world? We're up pretty high. All right, so that is what we did for schooling on this trip. We didn't take any textbooks, but we still felt like we got in so much learning. And I feel like sometimes the school books are not the best way to teach your kid about life and about nature and about, you know, all of the good and beautiful things that are really important. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. Maybe inspired you to take some trips without your textbooks and get out into nature, or just spend time in good books with your children on a quick vacation. See you guys in the next one. All right, so thank you guys for sticking around all the way to the end. There were so many funny moments. There were so many funny moments on this trip, you guys. But one that like really stood out to me was the cabin is very rustic. It doesn't have like Wi-Fi. Well, it has Wi-Fi, but not very good Wi-Fi. And it doesn't have Netflix or Disney Plus or any of those streaming services. So there's DVDs and VHS tapes up there to watch. And the kids didn't watch a lot, but they were very interested in what a VHS tape is. And so I'm going to let Beth tell you about that. Tell me about the videotapes. What is a VHS tape?
Yeah, it's like a video recorded movie. Like this one, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie.
Okay, and what are you going to do with this?
I'm going to rewind it because, see, when it's like this, it means that somebody's almost watched the whole movie, or started the whole movie, or started the movie and didn't finish it. So they forgot to rewind the tape.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to rewind it for them so that it's ready for somebody else to watch. And I learned this because I was watching a movie and it was playing the remainder of the movie.
Okay.
So it was very annoying.
Let's go do it.
So we go up here, up the staircase.
Up the spiral staircase. Carefully up the spiral staircase.
And this is where the rewinder is. This little thing right here. So what you do is, I just forgot how to. Yeah, see, I did it wrong. So I put it in there, like this, and put it down, and then it's gonna rewind all the tape. And when it's loud. And there you go. Now it is rewound for the next time somebody wants to watch it. So see how the tape was over here, but now it's over here? That means that it's rewound.
Nice.
And then after you're done rewinding it, you just put it back in its case. Like this. And remember, be kind and rewind.